Hello everyone, welcome to my October bullet journal setup. This month I wanted to have a spooky feel for Halloween. I love Halloween and all things spooky, so this is my favorite time of year. I was really wishing for a blackout bullet journal and even considering getting one for next year. But instead, I ended up buying this black paper when it was on sale at Michael's. This is just plain black paper with no dots or lines on it. I decided to use it throughout this month's spreads, sometimes just as accents and sometimes as the background. So for this first cover page, I wrote October in a font that I felt fit a Ouija board. And I'm using a graphics brush pen to fill that in, then later add a white highlight to the letters. Last year I did a Ouija board spread, so this is a little nod to that without being the whole board. I just drew the part you would put your hands on to reveal the answers and put the calendar inside that. I also added some borders to this page and decided I would use the color gold as an accent. I'm trying to stick to mainly black and white, but I'm also using gold and a bit of orange. So I outlined some things in gold, and this is how the first page turned out. Next, I started on my monthly overview. For this, I decided to use my black paper to cut out the squares of the calendar. So I measured them to be 5 dots wide by 5 dots long. Then I just cut the paper into the squares. I didn't worry too much about making these perfect. I did use a ruler, but I don't have a paper cutter with me, so I just used scissors. Then I used some basic Elmer's glue to add those to the page. I also tore a few pieces of the black paper to add in the top corners of this page. Then I just trimmed the parts that hung over with my scissors. I'm using one of my white pens to write October and number the days. Then I used my gold marker to add the days of the week and make kind of a frame for my monthly photo. I also added a bunch of these cute cat stickers that I found at Target near the Halloween cards. I think they are by American Greetings. I love them so much. And we had just gotten my kitty Jasper, so I had to have them and include them as much as I could. They are so cute and they are velvety, so when you touch them, they're fuzzy. Absolutely adorable. I'm obsessed. I was planning on trying to use more washi tape than I did, but my little house panther decided that he needed it more than me. He stole the one with the cats on it too, and I still don't know where this one went. He has taken 3 of my washi tapes so far, and I have found the other 2, but this white one with gold cats just hasn't turned up yet. So I ended up just using the Halloween one to put on the square for the 31st of October. And this is how it turned out. Jasper approved of this monthly spread. I need like a logo for that. Jasper approved. I need to make a mental note to do that. On this next spread, I decided to go for the blackout journal look, so I glued the black paper to cover the entire 2-page spread and trimmed the edges. And for October, I decided to bring back tracking, and for the first time, I am using a circle tracker. And to make this, I printed out a circle tracker that I found online, cut out each line, and traced it onto the page. And even that took a really long time because I wanted it to be as neat as possible. The only reason it turned out as neat as it did is because I traced the circles and used a ruler for the straight lines. I thought it looked like a spider web, so that is the theme for these 2 pages. And while you watch me set this up, I wanted to talk a bit about Inktober and address the elephant in the room, so to speak. Firstly, there was all the issues that occurred with small artists when Jake Parker decided to trademark Inktober to use for his book. Because it has been trademarked, many artists who had used the word when selling their artwork made during Inktober were penalized. This caused a lot of problems, and many people said they would not participate again. And now recently, as many of you probably have heard, Jake Parker has been accused of plagiarizing another artist's book when creating his book. I have seen both sides, and I really think that there will need to be work done behind the scenes from both parties in order to resolve the situation. Because of these things, many people are no longer participating in Inktober. And I will say that I purchased the Art Snacks Inktober box long before those allegations came out, and was a little nervous about posting that video because so many people are being very judgmental about people participating in this. I plan to do an ink drawing every day during the month of October because to me this is a fun challenge that really gets the art community to band together. There is something fun about doing a challenge at the same time as everyone else, just like how the reading rush is to the book community. This is also a great time for me to try new art supplies that I otherwise wouldn't use, and to improve on a skill that I don't consider myself good at. Inktober, in my mind, is not about Jake Parker. Yes, he created it, but now it has become something that people all over the world can come together via the internet to do. I will not be using the official Inktober prompt list, but I have my own plan for each day, and if everything goes well, I hope to share the final product with you all in early November. I'm really excited with what I have planned, far more excited than I have been with trying to use his prompts during previous years. This feels so much more motivating than struggling to make something from a random prompt. I think that is everything I had to say about Inktober. And then I didn't film setting up my weekly pages, but I did film a clip of how they turned out. I didn't really have a plan, which is why I didn't film them, but I like how they turned out, especially the second one with the white on black. And that is everything for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!